This is an instructional video for people that want to learn to play the guitar. Parts of the guitar that's going to be of some importance to you: the headstock, the neck, the body. On top of the neck, you're going to have the fretboard, which is the brown part with the dots underneath the strings. The dots are the inlays, and on most guitars, the dots are also going to be on top of the neck, and those are going to line up with the dots on the face or the front part of the neck, the fretboard. Your sound hole here on acoustics, that's what's going to give you the sound. Electric guitars use an amplifier for that. Acoustics don't. Acoustics use a hollow body with this hole cut out to amplify the sound that the guitar makes. Standard guitar has 6 strings. Now they do make, 7-string guitars, electric, and they make 12-string guitars, but the standard is a 6-string guitar. Starting from the bottom, the strings are numbered 1 through 6. The first string is the bottom string is E. The second string is B. The third is the G string. Fourth, D. Fifth, A. And the sixth and top string is E again. You got 2 E strings, the first and the sixth. When you're playing guitar, you want to be comfortable. So you just want to kind of hang your left arm. You don't want to have your elbow up too high or have your wrist in an awkward position. You want to have it to where you can move up and down the fretboard comfortably when you're, changing chords or getting different notes. Your right hand, I kind of hang my forearm on the body, the top part of the guitar, and it just kind of rests there. And most of your action on the right hand is the wrist. You don't want much of this, like Buddy Holly. He was famous for moving his whole arm, like from the elbow down, and that's kind of like a machine gun action that he was famous for. But for most people, it's more about the wrist. When you're starting off, you're gonna probably be having trouble making clear notes, and that everyone does that, so don't get frustrated. The way you make a note on a guitar is you're gonna press down with your left hand in between these metal bars, which are the frets. So you're going to want to just use the fingertip to make the note. You don't want the flat part, because that's when you're going to start getting the dead notes, because it's going to rub up against the other strings. So you want to just use your fingertips and hold your pick, and whatever feels best for you, but most people will just hold it between their index and thumb. Look down at your left hand and pick any fret starting off that you want to, try to make a note. I would say somewhere in the middle is usually the easiest for most people. And just press down. Let's press down on the 5th fret. Now the frets are also numbered starting from the headstock and going this way. The double dots on most guitars is going to be the 12th fret. So pick the 5th fret, which is the 2nd dot on the fretboard. Press down on the first string, which is the E string, the bottom E. And with your right hand, pick it at the same time you're pressing down. And again, you want to be in between the 2 metal bars, using only your fingertip. And practice that till you can get that clear sound. You don't want it to sound like this. See that? That's kind of a dead note. You want it to ring out clear. Do that, and you can pause the video if you need to practice. Do that all the way up and down, all 6 strings, starting with the first string on the same fret, on the 5th fret. And move up to the B string, then the G string, and D, A, and then the E string again on the 6th. When you can go all the way up and down, switch to your middle finger. Do it again, all the way up and down. Just practice that. When you get to where you can do all 6 strings up and down with your first and middle finger, switch to your ring finger. All right. Now when you can go all the way up and down, getting clear notes with all 3 fingers, then you can move on to the second part of this lesson. Most people, when they're teaching someone to play guitar, they're going to jump right into learning the basic chords. There's nothing wrong with that. But the people that I've taught over the years that lose interest are the ones that take too long to play a song. So if you're busy learning chords and not actually learning a song, it's not going to be as fun for someone who learns a song like on the second lesson, and when they can recognize to themselves the song that they're playing or have someone else recognize it, it sparks some interest that's going to keep them coming back. There's very few people that love playing guitar from the beginning so much that just learning chords without any kind of melody or song or anything is enough to just keep them interested in coming back. So what we're going to do, I'm going to teach you to play a song first before we get into the chords. And the chords are going to be another lesson. They're equally important. But I feel like for most people, if they can pick a guitar up and play an actual song or riff, then they're going to be excited about picking the guitar up and learning more. So they're going to keep coming back. Now this song, I've taught to, I couldn't tell you how many people I've taught this little riff to. And it's not particularly like one song. It's more or less like a bluesy kind of riff progression that is in a lot of different songs. But let me go ahead and play it for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so you've probably heard that in songs, in movies, whatever. Press down on the 4th string, 2nd fret. That's going to be the D string on the 2nd fret. Okay? You're going to want to hit it twice. And then pause, hit it a 3rd time, and slide up to the 4th fret on the D string. Alright, so it's going to be all on the D string. Twice, pause, 3rd time, slide it up to the 4th, hit it again. Okay? Now I know it's a little bit different than what I just played, but we're going to get there. Now, when you've got that in your head, and you can do it on the D string, 2, pause, 3, and then 4. Slide it up. And when you've got that down, you're going to play the string above it, which is the A string, the 5th string. You're going to hit it open. Now, open just means that you're not pressing it on the fretboard anywhere with your left hand. So add those two together, the 5th string open and the 4th string, which is the D string, on the 2nd fret. Hear the difference? So same pattern as before, twice, pause, 3rd time, slide it up for the 4th. Okay. When you get comfortable and you know the notes on the fretboard and the patterns of how you need to hit them, that's when you can start walking it with that index finger, like I was. So I want you to start off sliding it, though, with your index finger. That way you're going to get comfortable knowing where the notes are on the fretboard. So you're not going to have to worry or think about where do I need to go. You can concentrate. Once you have that in your mind, you can concentrate about using that ring finger to make that 4th note. So when you've got that, drop the whole thing down one string. So now you're going to be hitting the D string open, which was the string that you were just pressing on the 2nd fret. Now you're going to hit it open, and you're just going to move that finger down one string on the 2nd fret to the G string, and you're going to hit the D string, which is the 4th string, open with that G string. Let's move it up. If you're using your index finger, though, go ahead and use that for this as well. Now, there's a lot of different combinations to that little blues run right there. Once you get the hang of it, you can start adding in extra notes here and there. You know, so I'll give you an example. See what I did there? I just walked it up one more fret on that D string. And you can use your pinky if you're able to use all 4 of your fingers to grab notes. Walk it down, or drop it down. And, you know. See, and that's all based on that same, you know, progression that we just learned. You know, I think there's a Bruce Springsteen song. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Bruce, but "Glory Days" is kind of in that blues progression. Now for there, you know, you're just changing where you're pausing at. So you're going and then pausing. Where what we just learned was. So go ahead and practice that. I feel like if you get through this first lesson, by the end of this video, you can play that little progression, that little blues run. Then you're probably, hopefully, going to have enough interest to come back for a second lesson. Thanks.